Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today's lesson is Filling and Wrapping 3.2. It's all about filling up cylinders. Your lesson today is page 34 through 35, A through E. Your problems are going to be ACE problems 2 through 14 and 27 through 30. Your learning target today is I can find the volume and surface area of cylinders. Okay, we get cylinders, also called cans. And what we want to know is how much will it hold? Okay, that's volume, ladies and gentlemen, and volumes. And we want to put down this super important formula for finding the volume of a cylinder. The volume of a cylinder is the height of the shape times pi, 3.14 something, 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 goes on forever, times the radius squared. Basically what we're doing is we find the area of the bottom here, and if this was 1 unit tall, multiply it by how many layers we'd have to make, and that creates our shape. So I'm going to just run through the example right now of what that looks like with this particular shape. Okay, you're going to want to maybe put down this picture or a little sketch of it. You're probably going to want to put down the steps for solving this problem. Well, first I find my height, and my height is 4 inches, and I save that. And I find pi r squared, and pi r squared is 3.14 times the radius squared. So I do 3.14 times 3 times 3. And the answer that I get for 3.14 times 3 times 3, and you could easily use the pi function on your calculator too, it would be fine. When I solve all this stuff, I get 28.26. Now that's the area on the top of this shape. I need to multiply that by the height, 4. So times 4 gives me 113.04 inches cubed as my answer. So once again, pi r squared times the height. Very simple. What isn't simple is solving the surface area. Now the surface area of a cylinder works like this. First, we have to find the area of the bases, the area of the top and the area of this invisible bottom. And we find that by doing pi r squared. So I do 3.14 times 3 times 3. And if I put that into my calculator, 3.14 times 3 times 3, I get that same 28.26. And if we take a look at our net here, that gives us the area one of them here, right? 28.26 on the top. And we multiply this whole thing by 2 because we want to double that. We have 2 bases here. We have 28.26 on the bottom as well. So we have the area of the top, we have the area of the bottom. Now we need to do the area of the face, right? The side of that can. And what we could imagine this as is this face is really just like one big rectangle that perfectly matches the circumference or the distance around that can. So to find the circumference, we do 2 times the radius times pi. Okay, the diameter times pi. So if we put that into our equation, this ends up being 2 times 3 times 3.14. So that ends up being 6 times 3.14 gives me a top dimension here, this whole length. Let's see if I can do that a little bit better. This whole top right here is actually 18.84 inches long. But now the height, well, what's the height? we know the height is 4. So by multiplying the circumference here times the height, we get the area of this part. So times 4 gives me an area of 75.36. And the next step after that is just to add all that together. So by doing 2 times 2, 28.26, I get 56.52 for the top and the bottom, plus 75.36, the area of this side. And that gives me a total surface area of 131.88 inches squared. It's a whole lot of work. And it's a whole lot of work because if you think about it, there's a lot of circles going in here. You've got to find the circumference, you have to find the area of a circle, you have to add a whole bunch of values together. And there's no real easier way to go about it. Okay. Make sure you got these formulas down. Make sure you at least have one example of how to find the area of a cylinder and find the volume of a cylinder in your notes. And then start your coursework. And the coursework today is 3.2, Filling Cylinders. The lesson's on page 34 and through 35, A through E. Your ACE problems are 2 through 14 and 27 through 30. Have fun.